Disney has dropped some pretty big announcements, some of which are good, some of which are bad. But I'm going to start off with the good first, because let's get into a good positive mood before I bring you down with all this crappy bad news that Disney is now throwing at us. But the good news is we are getting a couple sequels that I think should interest you a lot. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty excited about them. Zootopia 2. My kids and I have watched it a couple times. It's fun. It's whimsical. We get human-like animals just living day-to-day lives like we normally do. But obviously, they're animals. So, I don't know. Just the way this story was put together and the world that they put us in, it was just fun. And there was so much room for expansion that I think a second movie is completely justified. So I'm very excited about this one. It's definitely a movie I thought that kept you on your toes. It kept the action going. There was lots of really good songs in it. My kids were dancing around. They had a really great time. So overall, I think this was a movie that the entire family could enjoy. And getting a second, I can't wait. I think it's going to be good. Now, the next one in line to get a sequel is going to be Toy Story. Yeah, we're getting a Toy Story 5. This is one that really doesn't interest me that much because I wasn't a big fan of 4. After 3, I felt like it was done, it was over, and 4 just felt like a cash grab. Like they just wanted more from this franchise than the franchise had to offer. 3 ended well, it should have just died there, and then we get 4, which, I mean, I don't know about you, but I wasn't a big fan of 4. I want to know what your thoughts are. Obviously, put them down in the comments. I just think 4 was too much. Didn't really have the story that the other 3 had. And now we're going to go into 5. I don't see, personally, my opinion, I would love to hear yours, I just don't see where there's room to expand the story anymore. I mean, if I felt that 4 was a cash grab and they were just reaching, I feel like 5 is just going to be as bad, if not worse. Could a miracle happen that they come up with a decent enough story and it's compelling enough to make 4 the worst of the franchise and maybe 5 will do better? I mean, there's always that possibility, but I just don't see it. I think this is, again, another cash grab. There's nothing we can do but wait and see and keep your fingers crossed. Last but not least, we are getting a Frozen 3. This is actually pretty exciting. Frozen is probably one of Disney's largest franchises yet. My kids love everything Frozen. My youngest is 4. She is all about Elsa and Anna. Carries her Frozen blanket with her everywhere. But honestly, you can't go anywhere without seeing Frozen merchandise, Frozen this, Frozen that, Elsa this, Anna that. I mean, it's probably Disney's most popular princesses. So to have a third movie, it's a given. It needs to happen. And the story behind Frozen 2 definitely left the door open for the third. So now with Elsa finding out she's an elemental spirit and Anna being the Queen of Arendelle, I think there's lots more adventures that we need to go on. So let me know what your thoughts are of the 3 sequels that we're getting. I definitely want to hear your thoughts on Toy Story, though. Is it just me, or is this going too far? Now let's cover the other Disney news, which isn't all good. I'll ease you into it with this piece here. Disney does have 2/3 shares in Hulu. And they are at a point where they now have to decide if they're going to buy in completely, because Comcast does have the remaining 1/3 share. And due to their contract that they have with Comcast, they are at a certain deadline now to decide whether they're going to sell their 2 shares or buy Comcast out. And that's something Bob Iger is currently debating. They're trying to figure out if they have the funds to do it or if they're just going to let it go and sell off their shares. Disney as a whole is being restructured. They're trying to find ways to cut budgets. Things have not really been going well with them, considering the massive subscriber loss they have had with Disney Plus because of all the controversial decisions that the company's been making. So they've been losing a bit of money. So now we got to find out where to get this money back from. But that's also where the worst news comes in. They're definitely making budget cuts throughout the entire company, which means 7,000 layoffs. That is a lot of unemployed people. It always sucks when companies have to go through budget cuts and layoffs, especially when it is due to decisions, or should I say poor decisions, made by the company in recent years. It just feels to me that not only the viewers, but now also the employees are paying for the poor decisions that the company has made and not listening to what their viewers want. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like Disney has been doing that, and they've just been doing their own thing, thinking that they're going to appease the masses when in fact they're just been going against the grain of everything all their viewers have wanted. Hopefully they will learn from this and start to turn things around. But enough of the bad news. I'm not going to continue down that road. I want to try to stay positive. What do you think of the sequels that are happening? Zootopia 2, Toy Story 5, and Frozen 3. Drop a like on the video for me. Hit that subscribe button on your way out. I'm Kevin, and I'll see you at the concession stands.